class? What was the topic? What was the topic from the previous class? Do you remember? What was the topic? Catherine, do you remember?
No. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. We were actually talking about the family and how to talk about it. So we were talking about the possessive when we're talking about possession using the adjectives and the pronouns. Okay, so we were checking, for example, that is my notebook. The notebook is mine. And also we were talking about the possessive with the apostrophe S, as for example, my grandma is my father's mother. Okay? All right, so that was part of the unit number 4. So we have already studied the first part, and today we're going to continue with the second part. Okay? Now, for the second part, we're going to talk about the past. Okay? So let's try to remember about the past. Do you remember how to talk about previous actions? ¿Se acuerdan del pasado, del simple past? Okay, we were studying in the previous book. Hi, Karina. Welcome.
Hello.
So for us to practice, let me ask you, what did you do on vacation? How? Vamos a tratar de recordar el pasado simple. Okay, trying to talk about our vacation. Okay, so what did you do on vacation? What's the meaning of the question? ¿Qué significa la pregunta? What did you do on vacation? Uh-huh. Okay. ¿Qué hiciste en las vacaciones? Okay. So, how would you answer to that question? Try to make at least one sentence explaining what did you do on what you did on vacation. Uh-huh. For example, Rocio, what did you do on vacation? Mm-hmm. What did you do on vacation, Rocio? Or Karina, what did you do? You worked on Saturday? Okay, I'm sorry about that. All right. And Catherine, what did you do on vacation?
I cleaned and organized my room.
You clean and organize your room? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So you were taking advantage of your time. That's good. And Carlita, what did you do on vacation? Nothing? Okay. Okay, so you can say I rest. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Okay, so you stood at home. Uh-huh. So you were at your home. Okay. Good. Remember that when we're talking about the simple past, we have two options. Either we add ed at the end of the verbs, or we what we do is that we use a different form of the verb. Remember that we have irregular verbs, as for example, go. Do you remember what is the past tense of go? Remember, go means ir. So how do we say yo fui?
I went.
I went. Very good. All right, goes is the present tense for the third person. So the past tense would be went. And remember that in the simple past, we use the same form for all the verbs, for all the subjects, I'm sorry. Para todos los sujetos, ya sea I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, el verbo no cambia, no es como en el presente, so it's easier. So we can say I went to the beach, I went to the supermarket, she went to her grandmother's house, we went to the park, they went to the market, etc. Okay, so next class we're going to make more emphasis into the simple past, and also I want to practice with you about pronunciation because we have the ed at the end of the regular verbs, but we don't pronounce them in the same way all the time. So we're going to be practicing pronunciation for the next class. So as of right now, we're going to continue with the family ties. So we will talk about family, all right? And we're going to check a little bit about the simple past, but we're going to emphasize on that topic until next Saturday. El otro sábado vamos a ver, vamos a hacer un repaso, mejor dicho, del pasado simple y vamos a hacerle más énfasis en la pronunciación, porque la pronunciación de los verbos regulares que terminan en ed, esa ed no se pronuncia siempre igual, sino que depende de ciertas reglas, se pronuncia de una forma o de otra. All right? Now, as of today, we're going to start with a reading exercise. So we're going to try to practice a little bit about our reading comprehension. So I will read aloud. You try to follow the reading, and then we're going to answer some questions related to this reading. Okay? So Maya Peregrine, age 9, and her 6-year-old sister, Tiffany, were in the swimming pool in the backyard of their house in the state of Michigan in the US. Their father, David, was with them. It was a beautiful day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Suddenly, David shouted. He was in trouble. It was his legs. His legs weren't right. He was in pain. Then he was under the water. The girls weren't scared, but they were worried. Was it just a joke, or was he really in trouble? 20 seconds later, he was still under the water. Now Maya was scared. There was no time to wait. In seconds, Maya was under the water with her father. He was heavy, but with the help of the water, she was able to pull him to one side of the pool. Now his head was out of the water. He was alive, but he wasn't conscious. There was a cell phone in the house. Tiffany called 911, the number for emergency services. 10 minutes later, an ambulance was there. Soon their father was conscious again. The girls were relieved. David still doesn't know what was wrong with his legs on that day, but he knows that his daughters were heroes and thanks them every day for saving his life. He's a very proud father. All right. So this is the reading, and before we answer the questions related to this, let's do what we always do. Let's try to find new words that we don't understand so we can have a better understanding of the whole reading. Remember that sometimes we may infer the meaning of the words by reading the whole sentence, but sometimes it can be a little bit harder. So tell me, which are the new words for you so we can check them? Ajá. ¿Alguna palabra que sea nueva and that you want to know the meaning? Is there any word that you want to check? Sure. This is a way of saying gritar. So this is in the past tense. So David gritó. That is the meaning of that. Mhm. Any other word? Scared. Scared is a feeling. Okay. Like when you have fear. Okay. Scared is asustado. Any other word? Any other word that you want to know? Conscious. Conscious es consciente. Ujú. Proud. Proud means orgulloso. Okay. All right, you're welcome. Any other word? Trouble. Trouble means problema. So let me check it here. Trouble means problema. Mhm. So it's another way of saying problem. Wrong. Wrong is the opposite to right when we are talking about being right or wrong. Eh, es como incorrecto o malo. So let me check it here. So when we say David still doesn't know what was wrong with his legs on that day, he's saying David aún no sabe qué es lo que estaba mal con sus piernas ese día. All right. Any other word? No? Okay. What about the rest? Do you have any other word that you want to know the meaning? No? All right. Okay. All right. So now the now that we understand the meaning of these words in the whole reading, let's try to answer the questions related to this. So we need to put the sentences in the correct order. So, what was first? Maya goes under the water to help her dad. Tiffany calls an ambulance. David has a problem with his legs. David disappears under the water. Maya and Tiffany are swimming with their dad, David. Let's try to summarize the whole reading by putting the sentences in order. Uh-huh. So these sentences are like a summary, son como un resumen de la lectura que acabamos de ver. Entonces, ¿en qué orden tendrían que ir cada oración? ¿Cuál sería la número uno? Mm-hmm. What comes first?
Mina and Tiffany are swimming with their dad, David.
Okay, very good. So May and Tiffany are swimming with their dad, David. That's number one. Very good. And then what happens? What would be number two? What would be number two? Okay. Uh-huh. So that would be, uh-huh. Okay, let me check. All right. So the next one is that he has a problem with his legs. Actually, that would be the, so on the book, very good. It would be letter D. Okay, very good. All right, and then what would be number three? So we have Maya and Tiffany are swimming with their dad, David. David has a problem with his legs. And then what would be the number three?
David disappears under the water.
David disappears under the water. Okay, very good. All right, awesome. So that would be the letter E on the book. And then what comes after that? Tiffany calls for an ambulance, or Maya goes under the water to help her dad. What happens after David disappears under the water? Uh-huh. Okay, so Carlita says letter A. So that means Maya goes under the water to help her dad. Very good. Good job. So that is number four. So the last one would be Tiffany calls for an ambulance. Okay, so that would be number five. Okay, very good. So this is the order of the summary. And in the book, we have an extra sentence, which is their mother arrives home. But that is an extra sentence. Okay? Kathy, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so we were just completing the reading exercise, and we were making a refreshment of the topics we studied before going to vacation. Okay, all right. Now, extra exercise regarding to the reading. Okay, in regards of the reading, now let's try to do the following exercise. We have some sentences and we need to infer who may have said this. Okay? So, for example, help, I'm in trouble. Who could have said this? Okay? ¿Quién creen que dijo help, I'm in trouble? ¿Lo dijo Maya? ¿Lo dijo Tiffany? ¿O lo dijo David? Which was the dad.
David, creo.
David, because he was the one that was drowning. Okay, so it was dad. And then, what's wrong, Dad? Who could have said that? Who could have said, what's wrong, Dad? Uh-huh. Would it been the girls or Dad? Uh-huh, the girls, right? So this could have been said either by Tiffany or Maya. Okay, very good. And then help him go under the water. Who could have said that? Who do you think said help him go under the water? Okay, so on this case, it was actually Tiffany because Maya was the one who went under the water. So in this case, it would be Tiffany. All right. And then call an ambulance. Who could have said that? Who do you think said call an ambulance? Uh-huh. Who said that? Who said call an ambulance? Yes. This time it was Maya. Very good. Okay. And my dad needs help. Who could have said that? All right. It could have been either Tiffany or Maya. Okay. Very good. And then the last one, my heroes. Who could have said my heroes? hmm David. Uh-huh. Very good. Okay. Or dad. Okay. So the word infer, which is a verb, and inferences as a noun means that we need to try to connect different things or try to guess what is happening. Okay, so anytime you read or listen to the word infer or inferences, it's related to that. Okay, inferir significa tratar de adivinar dependiendo de un contexto. Okay, so this is a very useful skill that we need to learn when learning a new language because that would help us um, try to continue reading even if we don't understand all the words or even if we're not given the whole information. Okay, all right, good. So that was just a reading practice. So now let's see the grammar section. Okay, um, at the beginning we mentioned that we would check some of the rules for the simple past, right? So the first thing that we need to know about the simple past is to differentiate the two forms of the verb be in the simple past. So we have was and we have were. And the negative form wasn't wearing. So let's see if you remember when we need to use each one. So for sentence number one, it a beautiful day. How do we say it? It was or it were?
Was.
Was, very good. It was a beautiful day. And then there a cloud in the sky. There wasn't or there weren't.
Weren't.
Any other idea?
O es wasn't.
In this
No he
case,
terminado de leer la oración.
okay. All right. So yes, when we notice this is singular, then we say there wasn't. Okay. Very good job. Sentence number two. The girls, according to the reading, were or weren't scared. What do we say? They weren't scared. Very good. But they were or they weren't worried. Uh-huh. So we say the girls weren't scared, but they were worried. Very good. And then number three, was he really in trouble or were he really in trouble?
Was.
Was, very good. Okay. All right. Now, um, in this case, according to this, what are the rules? When do we use was and when do we use were?
Was es para he, she, it.
Okay.
Y were es para you, we, they.
And with I, he, she, it, we use was or wasn't, and we, you, they, we use were or weren't. Very good. Okay. All right. And remember that when we are making a question, the verb will go before the subject. Okay, so we make a change. All right, so now we have here the rule. Okay, so I, he, she, it, we use was. And the negative, remember that we can use either was not, which is the complete form, or we can use wasn't. This is what we call contraction. Okay, contracción es cuando usamos un apóstrofe para disminuir la cantidad de letras. Okay, so we say you, we, they, were, and the negative, what is the contraction form of were not?
Weren't.
Okay, we say weren't. Very good. What about the questions? What am I missing here? I have I, he, she, it. So, was, very good. And then the short answers, remember that a short answer is just yes, no, plus the subject, plus the verb. So in this case, when we say yes, I, he, she, it, was,
Was.
and then if I say no, I, he, she, or it,
Wasn't.
wasn't. Very good. What about the plural forms? What is the form of the verb that we're missing?
Where.
Okay, where, very good. And then the answers yes, you, we, or they.
Was. Where?
Oh, no, where?
Where? Where? Very good. And then with no.
Weren't.
Okay, very good. So this is the table that we don't have to forget. Okay. Sometimes we can get confused with was, where, wasn't, wearing, but it's just matter of practice. Okay. Now let's actually practice. Let's complete the questions and answer with either was, were, wasn't, or weren't. So who can help me with the number one? You in bed at 9 p.m. last night?
Sería was. Porque está diciendo in bed.
Pero ¿cuál
No,
es el
porque
sujeto?
está you ahí.
Ajá, use are. Entonces sería where.
Ajá.
Okay, very good. That's awesome. So we say, were you in bed at 9 p.m. last night? Okay. And the answer would be no, I.
Weren't. No, weren't. Ajá. Was.
Wasn't. Because we are talking in singular. Okay. Aunque la pregunta esté con where, la respuesta siempre va a ir dependiendo de el sujeto. So, no, I wasn't. Very good. And then I in the kitchen with my mom and dad.
I was.
I was in the kitchen with my mom and dad. Very good. What about number two? Your teacher happy with your homework?
Were.
Where or was.
¿Cuál
Were.
sería? Where or was?
Were.
Was. Was.
It's was. Why? Because we're talking about your teacher. Your no es un sujeto. Your es un adjetivo posesivo. So the actual subject is teacher, and teacher is represented by either he or she. Mhm. Okay, so yes,
Was.
she was, she very
Was.
happy with it. She
She
was,
was
Was.
very happy.
she was very happy with it. Okay, very good. And then number three, it hot yesterday.
Was.
Okay, so we say was. And what is the subject in this sentence?
It.
The subject in this case is it. Very good. Now, no, it.
Wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Very good. And then it really cold.
Was.
It was really cold. All right. Good job. Now, number four. We at school yesterday.
Where.
Were we at school yesterday? No,
Weren't.
we weren't or we were not. Very good. It Sunday.
Was.
We say it was Sunday. Very good. The last one. Your parents born in the US?
Were.
Where.
In this case, we're using where because parents, it's in plural. Okay. Then, no, they
Weren't.
Weren't.
weren't. Okay. They born in
Where.
Ecuador.
Weren't.
Where.
They were born in Ecuador. Very good. And remember the verb be born means what's the meaning of be born? Mhm. What is the meaning?
Nació.
Nacer. So when we say they were born, ellos nacieron. Okay, good. So far, so good. Do you have any questions about the past tense of the verb to be? No questions? Okay. All right. Good job. And And remember that when we're making questions with the verb to be in the past tense, we have to start them with was or were. But we can also make open questions by using the WH words, either why, when, what, okay, who, and how. Okay, and these WH words will be always before the verb. Okay, now let's move on to the vocabulary. When we are using the verb to be, we usually add an adjective after the verb, right? So we can say I am tired, I am happy. So this is what we're going to check. We're going to check some words that talk about feelings. Do you understand the meaning of feeling?
Sentimiento.
All right, very good. So feelings means sentimientos, okay? So we're going to check some vocabulary related to feelings. All right. So we're going to check the sentences and then we're going to check the feeling each sentence represents. So number one, our daughter was first in the race. What would be the follow-up of this sentence? ¿Cuál sería la continuación de esta oración? We can say she's really upset now and the teacher was angry. I was very surprised to see so many people there. I'm really confused. Please explain it again. We're so proud of her. I was relieved when it was over. I was really worried. Where was she? I was so scared at the end of it. Upset as molesto. Okay, but like enojado. Mhm. All right, so what would be the next part of our daughter was first in the race? Surprised means sorprendido. Mhm.
We are so proud of her.
We are so proud of her. Very good. Okay, so we say our daughter was first in the race. We are so proud of her. And then number two, it was 9 p.m. and mom wasn't home. What can be the follow up of that sentence?
She's really upset now.
Mm, let's make another try. Worried, the meaning of worried is preocupado. So what would be another try for it was 9 p.m. and mom wasn't home?
I was really worried.
Worried?
Where was she?
Where was she? Okay, very good. All right. And then number three, that wasn't a nice thing to say to Mimi. Hmm? Proud, the meaning of proud, dijimos que era orgulloso. Okay, so what's the second part of that wasn't a nice thing to say to Mimi? Uh-huh. What can I say after that wasn't a nice thing to say to Mimi?
Letter C.
Letter C. Let's see. No. Actually, in here, the next part would be letter A. Okay. She is really upset now. Why? Because we say, that wasn't a nice thing to say to Mimi. Eso no fue algo bonito para decirle a Mimi. Okay. Ahora ella está muy enojada o muy molesta. Right? So that's what we do. Okay. Now let's see the next one.
The
All right.
teacher was hungry.
All right. So we say, math class today was really difficult and the teacher was angry. That could be a possibility, but there's another one that fits better.
I am really confused. Please explain it again.
That's another possibility, but there's another one that can fit better.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Qué
Okay.
mala onda, teacher.
Yo dijera eso.
Este,
O
por
si nos están
descarte, Mafe.
confundiendo.
No, es que hay una que le pega más. O sea, esas sí son
Vale.
posibilidades, pero hay una que le pega más. Y que solo en eso puede caber. Ajá. ¿Cuál creen que es? Ujú. Which one do you think it is? Okay, so mm, it was so I was so scared at the end of it. No, no, no. That's another one. Uh-huh.
And the teacher was angry.
No, another one. Hay una que no me la
I
han dicho.
I
Ajá.
was
I
relieved when
was
it was
really
over.
Ajá. Okay, very good. So, ajá, la
Estaba a
última
punto
que
de decir
quedó.
esa, pero
Ah,
pensé que
okay.
no era esa.
Hiciera. Okay, so when we say math class today was really difficult, I was relieved when it was over. Okay, so you can also say that about this class, I was relieved when it was over. The meaning is estaba aliviada cuando terminó. So we were talking about a class being difficult, being tough. So we can say that we're relieved when it's over. Okay? All right. So now let's see the next one. I wasn't expecting a big party. Uh-huh.
Letter C. No.
I was very surprised to see so many people there. Okay, good job. So we say I wasn't expecting a big party. No esperaba una gran fiesta. So I was surprised to see so many people there. Okay, awesome. Now, what would be number 6? The students were really noisy.
La
And the
letter B.
teacher,
And the teacher was
was
angry.
angry.
Very good. So, the students were really noisy or ruidosos. So the teacher was angry. Estaba enojado. All right. Number 7. It was a really good horror movie.
I was so scared and the end of it.
I was so scared at the end of it. Very good. All right. And then we have what? The answer isn't 58. What's the second part of the sentence. Mhm.
I'm really confused. Please explain it again.
Okay, excellent. So we say what? The answer is in 58. I'm really confused. Please explain it again. Okay, very good. So now these words that we have highlighted are the words that we call adjectives. Estos que están en amarillo son adjetivos y los adjetivos nos sirven para describir. In this case, we're describing feelings. So, no estamos hablando de el nombre del sentimiento, sino que adjetivos que nos sirven para describir nuestros sentimientos. Okay? So, when we say, she's really upset now, ella está muy molesta. The teacher was angry. What's the meaning of angry? Do you remember the meaning of angry?
Enojado, enojado.
Ajá, enojado, very good. And then I was very surprised. Estaba muy sorprendido. I'm really confused. What's the meaning of confused?
Confundido.
Confundido, very good. We're so proud. What's the meaning of proud?
I don't have idea.
You don't have any idea. Okay, so proud means actually orgulloso. Okay, so the meaning of proud is orgulloso o orgullosa. And then relieved, ¿qué les dije que significaba relieved? What was the meaning of relieved? Uh-huh. Do you remember?
Como aliviado.
Okay, very good. Uh-huh. So, relieved is aliviado. Very good. And I was really worried. ¿Qué les dije que significaba worried? What's the meaning of worried?
Preocupado.
Preocupado. Very good. Uh-huh. And the last one, I was so scared. What's the meaning of scared?
Asustado.
Asustado, very good. So these are the words that we use when we want to describe our feelings. Of course, there are other words, but these are really useful ones. Okay? Now, we have the sentences that we have just matched, and we have to check the right picture. For example, when we say our daughter was first in the race, we're so proud of her. Which letter represents that sentence? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or H?
Primero, tenía una pregunta, ¿qué es daughter? En la primera.
Daughter.
Ajá.
Esa es hija.
Ah, ok. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so what's the picture for that one?
La letra C.
Letter C, very good. So letter C. So we have letter C.
6 is H.
All right, number 6 is H. The teacher was angry. Very good.
La 7 es la letter A.
Horror movie. Very good. This is number 7. And then number 2, it was 9 p.m. and mom wasn't home. I was really worried. Where was?
La
Letter A.
letter
H
4 es letter
is
E.
Letter. Number 2 is letter F. Number 4, you said letter E.
E.
Um, well, that one could be, but there is another one that can also match this picture. So
la letter G is number 3.
letter G is number 3. Very good. Number 5. What's number 5?
Letter D.
Letter D. Very good. Number 6, we said it's letter H. Number 7, letter A. And number 8, what? The answer isn't 58?
Is A.
Letter E. So number 4 would be actually letter B. Okay, so this is the order that we get at the end. All right, so we need to actually infer the feelings not only by words, but also by images. So far, so good? Or do you have any questions? Is there any question, guys? No questions? All right. Okay, so,
Race.
uh-huh,
En el número 1 dice in the race.
race. Race es carrera.
Oh.
That's the meaning of race. Okay. Any other question about the word or?
En la número 6, ahí dice noisy.
Noisy.
Sí.
Yeah. Noisy es ruidoso.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any other question? No questions? All right. Well, let's continue then. We're going to check the culture. Okay. As part of the book, and you will notice that we have every 2 units, we have a photo story. And every other 2 units, we have culture. Este libro nos va a ayudar para entender un poco acerca de cultura en general while learning English. Entonces, cada 2 unidades, o sea, las unidades impares, siempre va a traer la continuación del photo story, los ejercicios que siempre les dejo con el video. Esa viene cada unidad impar. Y cada unidad par, en lugar del photo story, tenemos cultura. Okay, so we're going to be learning about culture and we're going to be learning about real life situations. Okay, so this is what it's good about this book. Okay, that we can learn more than just grammar and vocabulary. Now, we have to look at the photos and we need to describe what we can see and we need to see if it's the same in both of the photos. So this is the first one.
Teacher.
Yes.
Yo todavía no tengo el libro. O sea, todavía no lo he ido a comprar. ¿Y cuánto dijo que valía el libro?
28. 28.
Ok. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kathy iba a decir algo.
Por 2. Tampoco lo tengo.
Ok. Va, está bien. No se preocupen, o sea, si no lo pueden adquirir ahorita el libro, no hay problema. O sea, yo siempre les paso los ejercicios y las partes del libro. el libro lo que les va a ayudar es para que ustedes puedan repasar más fácil y puedan ver todo en físico, no solamente en digital. Pero no hay problema, yo siempre les paso esto. Entonces, si quieren ir a comprar o quieren ir a pagar la mensualidad, pueden hacerlo, pero si no, pues no hay problema, lo pueden hacer después. All right. Now, let's see the culture. We have to check both pictures. This is picture number 1, and this is picture number 2. So, do you think both pictures are similar or different?
Similar.
They're similar. What can we see in both pictures? What can we see in both pictures that makes it similar?
Que hay niños en las dos.
Okay, that we can see niños. And how do we say niños in English?
Children.
Children, very good. All right. Or kids. We can say it in both ways. Podemos decir children, niños, o kids, niños. It's the same. All right, very good. So, we see the culture. So we're seeing an expression of culture in both pictures. Now we're going to read and listen to the article, and we're going to try to infer which countries are reflected on these pictures. Okay, we're going to try to check which countries are represented in here. All right. So let me get the listening so we can listen and read at the same time.
Around the world on Children's Day. In 1954, the United Nations started the first Universal Children's Day on November 20th. It is to celebrate children all over the world. This is an international celebration of children, but now many countries around the world also have their own day each year when they celebrate their children.
April 23rd.
Turkey. This day is a national holiday in Turkey. On this day, Turkey invites groups of children from other countries to stay with Turkish families and celebrate with them.
April 30th.
Mexico. Children's Day is called El Día del Niño. Some schools close for the day, and other schools have a special day for the children when they play games. The children also bring in their favorite food to share with their friends.
May 5th.
Japan. To celebrate their special day, children fly carp streamers, big wind socks that look like fish. The official Children's Day, called Kodomo no Hai, is on May 5th, but some people celebrate it on 2 days, March 3rd for girls and May 5th for boys.
June 1st.
China. This is a very special day in schools. They take the children on camping trips or to the movies. Many children also get presents from their parents.
July 24th.
Vanuatu. Children spend the morning at school, where they celebrate and have fun. At noon, the children are free to go home and spend the rest of the day with their parents. Some parents buy their children a present, but the most important thing is for children and parents to have some time to spend together.
October 12th.
Brazil. This day is an important holiday in Brazil. Parents give their children many special presents. In some families, Children's Day is even bigger than Christmas.
November 14th.
India. Indians chose this day to celebrate because it is the birthday of the country's first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. Nehru was famous for his love of children. On this day, the children plan the celebrations at their school. Their teachers sing and dance for the students.
All right, so that was the... Okay, so we have 2 pictures. So which one is from Japan? Rocio? This one or this one?
What?
You
No le
mentioned
escuché
Japan.
bien.
You said Japan. So which picture belongs to Japan? This one or this one?
This one. This.
This one. The first one. So here we have two countries represented. The first one, it's from Japan. And this one, can you infer which country is
India.
this? No. Let's make another try.
Mexico.
Mexico. Very good. Okay.
Teacher,
So we
mire, mire. ¿Qué
ah,
significa also?
also.
Ajá.
También.
Ah,
Ajá.
que ya lo había
Also.
visto varias veces y yo como que no sabía qué significaba.
Ok. Sí, also se usa bastante y significa también.
Ah,
Vamos a decir como also, I like. So, also se usa al inicio o en medio de las oraciones. Y si queremos decir también, pero queremos usarlo al final de la frase, entonces cambiamos el also por to. El T con dos O. Los dos significan lo mismo, pero van en diferente orden. All right?
thank you.
You're welcome. Now, so we have answered the question number 2. Now let's see the number 3. Do people celebrate Children's Day in your country? If so, how do they celebrate it? So, do we celebrate the Children's Day here in El Salvador?
Yes.
Yes, we celebrate it. Okay. Which day?
October 3, creo.
October the 3rd? No. When do we celebrate Children's Day in our country?
1st October.
Okay, so we celebrate it on October the 1st. Very good. So it's October the 1st. Okay, so we don't share date with any of these countries. Entonces, no es ninguno de estos días. So we have a different day. And what about the activities? How do we celebrate it? How do we celebrate Children's Day in our country? How do we celebrate it? Do we have any special activity or not? Do we celebrate it at home? Do we have closed school? Do we celebrate it at school? Do we get presents? What do we have for Children's Day in our country?
Todo.
Hmm?
Casi siempre lo celebramos todos juntos.
Okay, we celebrate it together. Very good. What else? What do we do on Children's Day in our country? Is it similar to any of these countries? ¿Te parece la celebración de alguno de estos países?
México and Brazil.
It's similar to
Mexico and
Mexico.
Brazil.
All right. It can be something similar to Brazil and Mexico. So we call it El Día del Niño. Okay, so El Día del Niño here in our country, we have like a special day in schools with some games. Also, we can have some presents, right? Not all parents will give children a present, but some will. Okay, so this is about our country. Now, this is what it actually happens. But now, we're going to check this exercise so we can make a review of this. So, is there any word that you want to know the meaning of? Before we move to the exercise, is there any word or any vocabulary you want to check?
Okay, so the
Take. ¿Qué significaba, teacher? Take.
Take.
Take. I understand China. I have to take.
Take es como tomar o agarrar. Pero en este caso sería they take the children, es como ellos lo llevan. Entonces, ajá.
Y
Okay.
camping.
Camping.
Camping trips. Ajá.
Camping trip. Camping trip es
Campamento o algo así.
ajá, viaje de campamento, ajá, o campamento. All right. Any other word? Here or here? Any word that you want to check? Is there any word that you want to check? Okay, if there are no words that you don't know, then we can move to the exercise. So, we have Vanuatu, Japan, China, Mexico, Brazil, India, and Turkey. So, we need to fill the blanks with one of these countries. For example, in which country do the children spend more time with their mom and dad? We have already Brazil and Turkey. Which other country does that? In which other country do children spend more time with their mom and dad during the Children's Day? According to the reading.
Vanuatu.
Vanuatu, very good. Okay. So number one is Vanuatu. And then number two, do they have more than one Children's Day? And which country they celebrate Children's Day in more than one day? Which country has more than one Children's Day?
Japan.
Japan, very good. Because they celebrate it once for girls and the other it's for boys. Number three. In which country is Children's Day also a famous person's birthday? In which country is Children's Day also a famous person's birthday? What's the answer? China, Mexico, Brazil, India, or Turkey? What would be the answer, girls? According to the reading? What is the answer? In which country they celebrate Children's Day the same day as someone else's? Kathy?
India.
India, very good. So we have already number three. Now, number four. In which countries do children get presents? We have already Vanuatu, so we're still having China, Mexico, Brazil, and Turkey. According to the reading, where do kids receive presents? In which countries do kids receive presents?
Brazil
Okay,
and
Brazil and
China.
Brazil and China. Very good. Okay, so now number 5. In which country do children celebrate with children from other countries? Is it in Mexico or Turkey?
Turkey,
Turkey, very good. And then number 6, do children celebrate Children's Day at school? In which country?
Mexico.
Mexico, very good. All right, so this is the answer for this exercise. Right? Questions so far? ¿Alguna duda que tengan? Is there any question, guys? Is there any question? No? All right, very good. Now, let's try to answer this. Let's try to think about this. How would your perfect Children's Day be? Do you understand the meaning of the question? Think about this. How would your perfect Children's Day be? ¿Cómo sería su Día del Niño? Perfecto. What would you like to do or to receive?
No ir a clase.
Okay. To have a day off at school. All right.
Que te pasen, que te den una beca de paso.
Okay. All right. What else? Carlita says that she would love to be in the beach. Okay.
Que te den mucha comida.
All right. A lot of food. Okay. That would be nice. And what else? What else? Karina, what would be your perfect Children's Day? It still counts. Cake, soda, pizza, okay. And Kathy? Kathy and Catherine?
Eat pizza, stay of school, store discount, gift cards, free Netflix, BTS merchandise.
Okay.
No. Que te, que te lleven a un fancy de BTS.
Okay.
A
All
un
right.
fancy, sí.
And that would be the perfect. It's okay. Even if you're older than 18, you can still celebrate it. So don't worry. Okay. So this is just for you to think, right? So you mentioned a lot of food, to watch Netflix, to go to the beach, to get to a concert. Okay. So we may have different options or opinions, right? To have a day off. Okay. All right. Good. Now, in the reading, there were some words that were highlighted or that were in bold. These words, right? Together, present, share, national. I think that's it. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to check the meaning of those words. Okay? We have already the first one, celebrate, which means to have fun or do something special. For example, on a friend's birthday. So that is to celebrate. And what do you think would be the meaning of national? What is the meaning of national? With other people, for a whole country, to have something at the same time with other people for two or more countries, or something you give to a person on a special day. Ajá. Okay, let's try to match. Vamos a ver el significado de estas palabras que están dentro de la lectura so we can expand our vocabulary. So, what's the meaning of national? ¿Qué significa national?
Como nacionalidad, algo así. O nación.
National, significa nacional. So what would be the description in this exercise?
Creo que sería for a whole country.
All right, for a whole country. Very good. So, whole means completo o entero. Okay, so we say for a whole country. Para el país entero. Very good. What about present? What's the meaning of present? What's the description?
With other people.
Okay. Another try?
For two or more countries.
No, another try.
To have something and the same time with other people.
No.
With other people.
Sometimes you give to a person on a special day.
Okay, very good. All right, so present, in this case, we're not talking about a present time, but we're talking about the object. Okay, so in this case, present is a synonym of gift. Okay, so how would you translate the word present? ¿Cuál sería la traducción? What's the translation of present?
Dar un regalo a una persona en un día especial.
Okay, very good. So present, in this case, the meaning is regalo. Okay, es algo que le damos a una persona en un día especial. Excellent. Now, what about number 3? Together. What's the meaning
With
of
other
together?
people.
With other people. Very good. So together is juntos, all right? So let's play together. Let's eat
Tomorrow
together.
by
Let's
together.
learn together. So that's the meaning of together.
Tomorrow by together. Es un grupo.
Okay, tomorrow let's play together. Mañana jugamos
Es
juntos.
TXtiva. TXT creo
Okay.
que es. Ajá.
All right. Okay, so that's the meaning of together, juntos. What about international? What's the meaning of international?
For 2 or more countries.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Thank you, Carlita. Thank you, Kathy. And what's the last one? Share. What's the meaning of share?
To have something and time take with other people.
All right, very good. To have something at the same time with other people. And what would be the translation of share? ¿Cuál sería la traducción? What's the translation?
Compartir.
Okay, the translation would be Compartir. Very good. All right. So these are some words that will help you understand in a better way the readings. Okay. Now, before we leave, we're going to check very quickly some rules, let's say, about writing invitations. Okay, so we're going to read these two emails, and we're going to check what is the information that we need to include when we're making an invitation. And this is going to be part of your homework. Okay, so the first one, it's to Tina B at email.com. The subject are party. Hi Tina, I love to come to your party on Friday, but I have a small problem. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, this is twisted. Estaba leyendo el que no era. Okay, so the first one, the original email is to Liam Walker at email.com. The subject is party. Hi Liam, would you like to come to my house next Friday for a party at 7 p.m.? It's my cousin Dana's birthday. My address is 32 Lime Street. Make a playlist, please. I love your music. Hope you can come. Let me know soon. Tina. P.S. Don't tell Dana. It's a surprise. And then the answer is, hi Tina, I love to come to your party on Friday, but I have a small problem. I have soccer practice from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Can I come a little late? Is that okay? No problem with the playlist. I have some great new songs. See you Friday, Leah. Okay, so we have these two emails. We have the invitation and we have the answer. Okay, so any questions about this? Do you understand the main idea of both emails? Do you understand the main idea of both emails? Tell is decir. The meaning of tell, decir. So when we say don't tell Dana, we are saying actually no le digas a Dana. Okay? Okay. Any other question?
PS es como postdata.
Yes. Ajá. PS es postdata. Okay. Pero en inglés, en lugar de poner una P y una D, se escribe una P y una S. Hay una película que se llama PS I Love You. So, eso significa postdata.
¿Y qué significa soon?
Soon.
Ajá.
Soon, pronto.
Ah.
Como see you soon. Nos vemos pronto.
Ajá. Cuando vi J-Hope, solo pensé en J-Hope.
No, but in this case, hope es espero.
Ajá.
Okay, good. All right. Now, now that we have this, we're going to check who's Dana. ¿Quién es Dana? According to the
Creo que
email.
era la prima de...
Dana es la prima de Liam.
Esa.
La prima de
De
Liam.
Liam. Sí.
Tina.
De Tina, porque Tina is the one writing. So say, it's my cousin. Si Tina está escribiendo, entonces es la prima de Tina. Very good. And can Liam go to the party? What was the answer? He can go or he can't?
Creo que no fue porque tenía un partido de fútbol.
He can.
Okay, he had a soccer practice, so he mentioned that he can go,
Se
but
olvidó la música.
late. Okay, so yes, he can, but a little late after soccer practice. So he mentioned it here. Can I come a little late? Is that okay? So he's actually asking si puede llegar tarde porque tiene el práctica de fútbol. All right. Now, this one we're going to see how we can say the same thing but in different ways. So, for example, would you like to come to my party? What would be another way of saying that? ¿Cómo podemos hacer la misma pregunta pero con otras palabras? Checking these options. I don't want Dana to know. Can you make a playlist? Can you come to my party? I love to come, but I can't. I'd be very happy to accept your invitation.
Can you come to my party?
Can you come to my party? Very good. Number 2, I'd love to come to your party. How can I say that in a different way?
I'd love to come, but I can't.
There's another option. Uh-huh.
I'd be very happy to accept your invitation.
Okay, very good. So we can say, I love to come to your party. Me gustaría ir a tu fiesta. Or we can say, I'd be very happy to accept your invitation. Me iría muy feliz aceptar tu invitación. Okay, good. Number 3, I'm sorry, I can't come to your party.
I love to come, but I can't.
So in this case, we can use the one that Rocio had mentioned previously. I love to come, but I can't. Okay. All right. Number 4, make a playlist, please.
Can you make a playlist?
Can you make a playlist? Very good. Don't tell Dana.
I don't want Dana to know.
All right. Very good. So remember when we were speaking and when we were writing, we can use different words so we can have the same meaning. So in some cases, we can change from a sentence, like an affirmative sentence, for a question, okay? Or we can change a question for another type of question, okay? So it depends on how you want to transmit your message. Entonces hay diferentes formas de expresarnos y ustedes deciden si quieren hacer una pregunta, si quieren hacer una oración. Y también tienen que ver el nivel de educación que van a invertir. No es lo mismo preguntar, can you, that would you, all right? So we need to check, all right, to whom we're making the invitation. So the homework would be this exercise. We have given order, accept an invitation, make a special request, make an invitation, refuse an invitation. Dar una orden, aceptar una invitación, hacer una petición especial, hacer una invitación o rechazar una invitación. So you need to match which sentence represent each function. Okay?
Ese gato me parece conocido. Ese que está allí.
Es Puchín. All right. So this is the first assignment. The next one is for you to write your own invitation. You must include your address, the time you want them to come, the reason, the day or date you want them to come, and of course you can make an invitation either for a birthday party, to watch a movie, to play a video game, to go to a concert. You decide. Okay, so it can be similar to the example provided, okay, but including all this information, okay? And that is about the regular homework. And also we have the test for units 3 and 4 that I will send you in a PDF file and a Word file so you can answer it, okay? Les voy a enviar el quiz para que lo hagan cuando tengan tiempo de las unidades 3 y 4. So it comes from both units. So that is what you need to do. Okay, the homework assignment and the test. Any question that you may have, guys? Do you have any question? No question? All right. Okay. If there is no question, then that would be it. Thank you very much for attending to the class today. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye. Take care.